Good evening, Thenjiwe. Good evening to your listeners.
Thank you
so
much. Yeah, if we were still in school, I was gonna write that letter. Now because I just want to sleep over in your house, but we will get there.
Akiri uzoyibhala, and you're going to write it and say, you are my friend. And when I was going to put you closer to me, because you know, everybody wants to be close to you, Thenjiwe, because if somebody is close to you, it's definitely guaranteed to go, we're gonna laugh. Non-stop.
Thank you so much. I know you are such a busy person, but you said I will give you this time. So we really, each and every one of us would like to say thank you. We really appreciate you making time for us. Can I just say, this video is also going to be watched by people who may not know who Kwamammkhize is. What is Kwamammkhize? Who is Mammkhize? It may also be watched by people who know Sean Pisane and say, this lady though.
Where are you going there?
Hey, I need to tell her, that's why we try to pass, there's no reverse. Let's just say someone is in Kenya is watching this video. Please introduce yourself to them.
Hi, everybody. Just a simple and an ordinary girl from next door, who comes from a very humble beginnings, who loves to laugh, who loves people, who's a philanthropist, a businesswoman, a mother. Of lately, I'm being called the mother of the nation. So
you are.
Yeah. Of lately, I'm being called the mother of the nation, and I've accepted that. And yeah, this is me, I guess.
A lot of us know as Sean Mammkhize, the businesswoman. And there's a little girl who's sitting in the township or even in the suburbs who's saying, I want to be like her when I grow up. How did you do it? How did you make it?
To tell you the honest truth, Thenjiwe, I think Mina, I'm a big dreamer. From my childhood, Mina, I always wanted a big house. That was my first thing. I wanted a big house. I wanted a big car. I didn't want a small car. I'm a Lamborghinis. I always wanted a big car so that when I'm driving on the road, I'm on top of everybody.
Yes.
So from my childhood, I wanted big things. And it is not easy, My mom wanted me to be an academic, which, yes, I've given her what she wanted. I went and got my degree because that's what she wanted. And but that's not what I wanted, Mina. When I was counting those money for other people, I kept on counting and counting those money. And I was like, this money, I need to count my own money. Because I've started working as well. I worked for such big companies. I worked for Mondi, I worked for Engine, I worked for Saprev. And I've realized that I can't be 7:30 to 4:30, because for me, it was never enough. My salary was never enough. And then I've started hustling, and when I've started, my mom was not happy with it. Because when I've started small, I've started renovating schools. I've been there. I went to a feeding scheme. When I was sending food to school and they didn't pay me, and I went to credit bureau, I fall so many times. And, I wake up again, dust myself up, and I said, keep on walking, baby girl, keep on walking. And I kept on walking, and I've never give up. And I think for me, for everyone, a young girl or anyone who wants to be me, and people, they must understand one thing, Buti, Mina, I have nothing. When people will start to differentiate between what is yours and what is your business, people, they will live a better life. Because sometimes when people, they look at you and they look at your business, they think it's your money. No. It's not your money. Now you have a salary in this business. Because once you are able to identify and differentiate between what is yours and what is your business, you always be content and be disciplined and live within the budget. because some of our downfall and some of our failures as a up and coming business people is that when we see the money coming in, you know, we are unable to separate this one I can use and this one is for the business, so that it generate the business and let the business grow. So I think for what a person wants to become like me, you must set your goals and set them very high, and you must work towards reaching your goals. And my motto has been like, I always don't regret about my past. And whatever happens in my past, I leave it there in my past, and I leave it with no regret. And I always make sure that when I'm going forward, my present, I take my present with confidence. And when I'm facing my future, I make sure that when I'm going to my future, I'm fearless. I go there without fear, and I go there to fight and make sure that I will reach what I want to reach.
Yeah. So it wasn't just overnight, because we don't see the hard work. A lot of us do not see what goes on behind the scenes. We didn't see Kwamammkhize that was getting those contracts and not even getting paid for them. We didn't see Kwamammkhize doing our business schemes. A lot of South Africa was introduced to your lifestyle through your reality show. What inspired Kwamammkhize, the reality show?
The reality show was merely about finding myself, thenjiwe. You know, sometimes in life, we as women, we want to impress and we want to be the people that our partners want us to be. And we sometimes lose ourselves in a process. You know, for me, I was this person that my partner wanted me to be. And okay, when I was growing up, I was this person my parents wanted me to be. And then I got married at a very young age and tender age. And then when I got married, I become this person my partner wanted me to be. And in a process, I think I've lost myself. So I said, the show will help me in my journey of finding myself. Because when I lost myself, I felt like, no. I need to find myself. When I look myself in the mirror, I ask myself, who is this person? And this was not who I am. And for me, the reality show, it was just about finding myself and gaining my identity. And I think I've managed to do that. Funny enough, whilst I was doing that, I've managed to inspire a lot of people. And I've motivated a lot of people, which came up as a surprise to me, thenjiwe, honestly.
You are truly a motivation. You are truly a motivation. I just want to show your house.
Awa.
Look at this, guys. Black girl is possible. Black girl is possible. Did you grow up in money? Did you grow up in the suburbs? What made you have these big dreams? Because a lot of us grow up with no role models. We grow up surrounded by wrong role models. We grow up in the township. The only people who have things that we desire are either amasela or idoms amasela, people who do not know things. Where did this come from?
I think it came from my mom. You know, I think I'm a mini copy of my mom. Hence, I'm called Flora Junior. You know, there is so much. You know, my mom was, you know, she was something else. You know, as much as she was a politician, but she was something else. And I always think that, you know, I looked up to her, but I didn't want to be part of the political part. I didn't want to follow the path of her as a politician. I chose to be a business person, but my mom has been my role model. You know, that woman, you know, when I think about her, I don't know, she's everything. You know, there was nothing that was shaking that woman. She will enter a room full of men and she'll take control. That was my mom for you.
Just like you. You say you are not a politician, but I think indirectly you are. Because you are that person that we can look up to and say, because given the history of South Africa, there were so many things that we thought were unreachable for us, especially Black women. But you've changed that. You have changed the mindset. And you not only, you own your space. And you might not realize, but especially by doing the reality show, you've made a lot of us fall in love with ourselves and realize that I'm not dreaming too big. My dreams are also valid and they can come true.
You know, Thenji, if I can tell you things that I always tell people, that some people, they were very scared of me. They think I'm this girl with nose up, chin up. And I think people, I think I've got 3 different characters. There is Ushon, the businesswoman. There is Ushon, the mother. There is Ushon who's got a little child in her. You know, somewhere along the line, I think when I look back, I thought there are some years that I've lost because I came up from being a child and I became a wife. I think there's some teenage parts that I've lost in between. So that's why sometimes I will go back and then there will be this child coming out of me. So I've got those 3 characters in me that are within me. And I think not everybody used to know that before I had my show. But I think people now, they're beginning to connect and interact with me and realize that this is just a simple girl who happens to work hard and manage to achieve whatever that she can achieve, but it has never changed me. Whatever that I have, it will never change that. I'm just a girl from next door who comes from Mbumbulu, whereby sis Kamela ngehleza akiri.
And it's true, you've never changed. You have never changed. You speak a lot about Umamu Florence, who is your mother. Can you please tell us about her? Who was she?
You know, some days I wish I could write a book about my mother. You know, my mom will rock into the men's space. She will rock in there and she will take over. She will take control. And she will be this woman who everybody wants to know, where is she getting the strength? You know, my mom will put us aside. And, you know, at home we're never us. It was never alone. It was never us, you know, her family. There's forever so many people that are coming in there. And my mom was welcoming everybody in our house. So we've never had an opportunity to say, this is my mom and this is my mom only. And I think she was a family. You know, my mom loves her family. She loves, anything else will come second, but her family will come first. I think she has installed and put those family values within us. She had a good heart and she was very giving. And I miss her a lot.
We have to rock.
When I think about her, you know, when I'm going through hard stuff and hardship, you know, I'll just look up and say, I know you're watching me. And, you know, that hug from her to tell me that everything is going to be okay. You know, it will just come. That's how my mom is. And I miss her a lot.
And she was also very active in the struggle. We want to know. There's a very important building named after your mother. Don't ask Rob. Please.
Yeah, she was indeed a politician, and she played a huge role in in politics. And for me, when I look at my mom, I think she has sacrificed a lot. Somewhere along the line, she has sacrificed the family for a liberation of the people. And yeah, I don't know. I wish I could have had enough time to spend with her. I wish she could have seen me growing to become this mature woman that I am today. You know, there's so much that I wish I could have shared with her. You know, when I was growing up, I used to hate her because she was very strict and she was very like controlling. But when I grew up, I started to appreciate her, and I started to believe and see that indeed my mom was looking after me, and she was doing what any mother could have done. Now that I have my son, I understood exactly what she was doing. As hard as she may become, as hard as she was to me when I was growing up. But I appreciate her now. You know, I was telling my sister's daughter the other day to say, you know, when you grow up, you know, I mean, I would wish my mom could go to hospital and get sick so that she's not going to be home and come back home and say, I must cook, I must wash dishes, I must do this, you know, small things. But because of how she was like this prom and proper, you know, everything must be clean, everything must be straight, everything must be in order. And for me, I used to hate that because I mean, I was a tomboy when I was growing up and I wanted things to go my way. And yeah, thenjiwe.
A daughter of a very, very powerful woman. There's a building, awufuna ukusitshela ngayo, you keep skipping, named after your mom, which makes us as Black women proud to see one of us honored. But for you, it's your mother. How does that feel?
You know, for me, to tell you the honest truth, thenjiwe, material things are there and the honorary are there, but in most cases, I try and avoid them as possible as I could be. And I wouldn't like, because sometimes when people see you get associated with this, they will change things, they will change your hard work and they will associate it to the fact that, no, she's like this because her mom was like this. She's like this because of this. You know, sometimes you'd like to be known like, okay, one danger I would like to be sitting there and people would be, you know, saying, at least this young Black child who has come from the humble beginnings, she has worked so hard to be where she is. Not being labeled like, oh no, she's like this because, oh no, she's like, you'll find people fighting and saying, no, she's getting this because, you know, that sometimes that hurts because people, they don't know where you're coming from and how much effort do you put and what have you done to be where you are and how many times have you fallen? Because, you know, sometimes people, when they look at you, they think, no, she just got all this thing on the silver plate like this. No, guys. It's tough out there.
They think you're just going overseas now because you've got money. They don't know you've been hustling.
I'm telling you, you know, sometimes you'll be like, ish, you know, this has been a tough year. Like this year. You know, this year, nobody knows what's going to happen. We haven't been working for quite some time. It's been a difficult year. I said, when this thing started, I said, okay, maybe God wants me to slow down a bit and take a break. But this has been a very hard and difficult moment for all of us, you know, and but, you know, one can never just go out and say, okay, after this year, I want to go out and spend this. You know, this time, I think all of us, once we go back to normal, we will all want to push and push harder and cover all this time that we've been sitting and doing nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sean, you are very humble. You are very humble. A lot of people may not know this because they see you and they think, ooh, she's always dressed nice. She's always dressed in designer. Ooh, her house. Because when we look at your house, I don't want to lie, shame. When I look at your house and I look at your bedroom, I'm like, Nkulunkulu wami, kodwa Nkosi yami, I have to go back when I sleep on my bed. Look at my bed. Yeah, but what a lot of people don't understand or do not know is you are one of those people who do not talk about the philanthropic part. How much you do for people. People do not know. Can we tell them, not for you to brag, but to encourage other people that they can also do it, that it's also doable. And just because you don't do it and always put things on social media, because you are very new to social media. For a long time, you were not even on social media. Can I just say some of the things you've done for people? And then you take care of medical bills for a lot of HIV positive people. Can we talk about that one?
Okay, we can talk about it. When HIV came out, when it started, remember, it's not like now whereby it's normal. People, they can take their tablets, they can go and take their tablets at clinic. I've only seen a gap that people were dying because they were embarrassed to be labeled as people with HIV. So what I've done, I've went and I've negotiated with the chemist, and I said to the chemist, I would like to pay every month I'll be paying you a certain amount. Please, I'll bring everybody who's HIV positive that I know. You treat them, you check their CD4 count, you give them medicine, you look after them, you make sure that they're okay. Because for me, I thought people were dying because there was that stigma that was attached to HIV before. So when everyone is going to the clinic, you'll be ashamed to say, I'm HIV positive and I'm here to take tablets. Because once, when the cure for HIV was found, there was absolutely no reason for people to die. So I said, let me take that and let me treat people. I think I treat about plus minus 500 people who've got HIV. And I've learned a lot about it. And, you know, some of my people, some of the people that are in my group, some of them now, this thing can never be detected on them because they are so disciplined, they're taking their medicine. And if the chemist will notify me if anyone is not taking their medicine, has missed 1 or 2 months, they'll phone me. Because this thing, what happened is, once you default and you become, you can't be even treated once you've default for quite a long period of time. If you default now, maybe you'll be fine. Default the second time, but the third time, you might not be helped. So that's why I always keep on checking, looking, what are they taking?
On behalf of the nation, we thank you for that, because that helps a lot. Because by helping them, you're helping their families. They can continue to be healthy, they can continue to work, they can continue feeding their families. And you also pay for a lot of students. Why? Why? We could take that money and go shopping. Why are you paying for people's education?
You know, when I was growing up, there was these 2 gentlemen, and I forever look for these gentlemen that I was going to school with them. It was Patrick and Robert. They were twins. Those 2 guys, you know, they used to worry me a lot, thenjiwe, because they were going to school with me, but you know where they were staying? They've dig up a hole and they put a what you call this, corrugated iron on top of that hole. And they were staying there on that hole. And, you know, for me, you know, I used to ask my mom to say, please, Mama, can we give them food? Can we do this? Those guys were very intelligent at school. And I wonder what happens to them. But they were battling. They had only 2 of them, you know. And for me, from the time I've seen Patrick and Robert, I always wondered what has happened to them. Because they're so intelligent, I hope they've managed to go somewhere in life. And from that experience from them, you know, the children that are not affording, I always come in and assist. And most of the kids that I've helped, you know, I feel so proud because I've never helped anyone who will disappoint me. Most of the kids that I helped, that I've paid for their school fees, you know, today they're very proud. And I think I'm investing for Andile, I'm investing for Sbahle, I'm investing for them because one day those people that I've helped, there will be a helping Andile one day when he's in need. And for me, I don't want to go out there, you know, it's because you are asking me to talk about it. But I don't believe if you help somebody, you need to tell the world that you are helping somebody. I do it for myself, for my own satisfaction. And I think God, somebody that matters, is watching.
Yeah, but the thing is, just someone who's listening today might be inspired to say, oh, I can also help someone. You've just reminded someone of the people they went to school with. And now they are thinking of the situation they went through when they were in school. And now they're like, let me help someone else to have a better life, to have a better childhood. Another thing, I know you will want to kick me for this one. You took Palito and brought it to Kwamashu.
Ow, I tell you.
Like, see, now we know working for big companies, people come with a watch after 15 years. And then after the 3 years, you come with a TV to say, I'm they were thanking me for my long service. What inspired that? Who did you give those houses to? And yeah.
You know, thenjiwe, to tell you the honest truth, I would have been doing that thing each and every year and each and every maybe 5 years of my company. I gave the houses to my employees that have been with me for quite some time. But the problem, the actual problem that stopped me from doing that, it was because when SARS came to audit me, that has become an issue, you know. And for me, there is nothing that is so fulfilling than seeing one of your employees having a shelter. Because if somebody is working for you, a shelter, I think it's the first thing that you must have. And when I can, I thought that was the best thing to do for my employees. And I would have loved to do it every 5 years or 10 years. But you know, sometimes the regulations of our countries, they become so difficult for us as business people to do what we would love to do.
That was just it touched all of us because everyone has worked, but it's very rare that we hear of such good positive stories. And guys, I'm not talking just about houses. I'm talking about an estates, townhouses in the township.
Wow.
I'm talking about beautiful houses, guys. We pray for you because the more success you get, the more people you lift up with you. I asked earlier on, how do you do it all? Football club. Ukuma people lane.
Okay. Football, it's my son's dream. You know, Andile, he's been a football fanatic from his young age. And I went into it thinking I'm supporting my son's a career or something that he loves. But you know what, thenjiwe, I've fallen in love with soccer. I love it. You know that 90 minutes of like, they got a goal, woo, it takes me away, you know, from everything. It takes me away from the stress. It takes me away from, you know, that 90 minutes of adrenaline. I love it. I'm telling you, when I went there and I see those kids, some of them, they'll come to me and find a mother in me and they'll be talking to me. They'll be engaging. Some of them, they'll keep me as their confidante. You know, I've fallen in love with it. I think I love it, but it's my son's thing. You know, I was trying to push, you know, me and my kids.
Yeah.
Whatever they like, I like and support them and see if I can assist them in their career where I can.
And you're also creating jobs because you've created a lot of jobs, which is also feeding families because all those people that are employed through the football team, through the soccer team, are now able to support their communities, contribute to the GDP of the country, support their families, send their children to school. So once again, on behalf of the country, siyabonga. Nangu Precious, Naga PM Lazi, I have a church member that you built a house for. We are forever grateful.
You know, see, if I can tell you what I've done and who for the people that I've done for, it will mean that we sit the whole day. It's not that I have a lot, but thenjiwe, if you can come to me and I'll have the last 20 rands and you tell me your sob story or you tell me anything that is hurting you, you know, I'll give you my last 20 rand and I'll be left with nothing.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm gonna think of the most soapy food. The West Coast I'm gonna think of Uzozo. Be ready. And also, before I forget, Sean, I've got a message of gratefulness and a thank you, a big thank you from all Mama Basesianda who say wabenzela into ewumhlola. They say there are children who don't even have izinto that they never thought could even go anywhere. You flew them. But you broke generational curses. You made their children dream. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pando, thank you so much. Yeah, but you're bringing me luck. People are now donating to the channel for bringing the best people. Thank you so much, Tando. We appreciate. Guys, keep the donations coming. Thank you so much, Tando. I really appreciate. I've got a question. They say you are humble, and that I can attest to. You are. People are just. There's someone who wanted to know. Let me see if I can find them. If I can't, I will ask the question because I remember it. They want to know. They say they are saving money for your daughter. They want to know how much you will charge for lobol. Yes. Yes.
Okay, let me tell you a secret, guys. I'll never charge anyone for my daughter. You know, when I got married, my mom didn't charge anything for us because she felt like we can do the traditional things. We can have the father's cow, the mother's cow, the traditional cow, those few cows. But my mom never sold me when I was getting married. And that's what I want to do because she said, when a child gets married to someone else, it's not about getting money. It's about creating a relationship. And a man must understand exactly when he takes her daughter. Now, I'm saying when they take my daughter, they must know, with number one, they can't beat my daughter. Number two, they didn't buy them. We're just creating a relationship. So a relationship, it can't be costly. It must be something that you just say, okay, we need this to what do you call this? One must go decide a traditional thing, and then they must do the wedding, so that they know that they didn't buy my daughter. I'm not selling my daughter.
And then Kulegani wants to marry you.
Does he? Kulegani wants to marry me? Does he have Ngola cows?
Umasha Mdawe wants to know what business is she currently doing at the moment. She's my role model and love her unconditionally.
I'm doing infrastructure. I'm doing construction. I'm into mining logistics. I'm into soccer. You know, I don't know. Have I counted everything? I don't know if I've left anything. But I'm a one-stop shop.
This is hiding you a bit, but I have to read it. Uhleze sihlekela ave ngaphakeme ave enothando ngiyamthanda kakhulu ngihlezi ngimkhulekela njalo ukuthi uJehova amgcine njalo siyamthanda ka-MTN ngendlela asikhasa ngayo.
Oh, that's so sweet, babe.
Lo mama is living a well-deserved life. See how many people's lives you are impacting. I just love how humble she is. She's my hero. May God continue to bless her.
Thank you.
You are changing the nation. You are impacting so many people's lives. Everyone is just giving you love. Giving you love.
I love them. They know that. Akiri, I love them a lot.
Akiri,
I love them a lot.
People want you to. I see a lot of people requesting you to adopt them. I think you would have 55,000 people in your house if you adopted everyone who asked.
I have adopted all of them. Akiri, that's why I'm the mother of the nation. They are all adopted. They need not to ask.
Yeah, but people are so grateful about what you said about lobola. Uthuthukile Ndlovu sibonge abashada abantu kuyeke ukwenziwa ibhizinesi ngothando lwababili.
course, indeed.
Mm. Oh, people are so happy that they finally get. Hey, comments are coming in like. And I can't ignore them. I was gonna read them towards the end, but then by the time we finish, they're gonna be too many of them. Even now, I can't even get to all of them. And a lot of them are just giving you love, giving you love.
You know, thenjiwe, God is very powerful. You know, for a long period of time, I've asked for peace in my life. And, you know, I've asked for love in my life. And you know what God did? He just gave me love. You know, people, they are showing me so much love. They love me abundantly, so much abundant of love. And I'm saying, thank you, God. I'm receiving the love. I'm receiving the love. And thank to Him.
Hey, guys, nothing is offered. Udoli Mwez wants to marry your son.
Oh, Pakiti.
And Una Mambambo wants to know if you manage your Instagram or someone else manages it.
No. I manage it because you know what? I need to interact with you. That is why sometimes it's so difficult for me to get to DMs, because sometimes, you know what happened on my Instagram, I will have about 750 comments. And I make sure that I answer all of them. At the beginning, they were blocking me on Instagram, but they realized, these people, they are talking, they're interacting, and they've stopped me now, you know.
They probably thought someone else, because people don't, especially people at your level, they don't respond.
Oh, no.
And I know you respond to each and every person, and your response, you can tell it's not just a copy and paste. You respond to whatever the person has said. You can tell this person read, and you don't just respond with emojis. If it's an emoji, it's because it's relevant. Because sometimes you can tell, like, if someone will just respond with a love emoji to everyone, even to those Forex messages where people are talking about Mama Zahara, and you're like, now you an automatic response. How can you love these people who are so annoying? Then on new name loading wants to know, before I read new name loading's question, guys, I would like to give a shout out to new name loading for the support she's been giving to the platform. And she's also a YouTube content creator. Please follow her. This is a link to her YouTube. Please support her because she's just been so supportive. Unyuno Loading wants to know who's carrying the bags for this lady, though, in case she doesn't have one yet. Gikhona, I'm available.
Oh,
are you hiring?
Me, I'm carrying my own bags. My mom will kill me if somebody is carrying my bag. She'll say, "What's happened to you? Can't you even carry your bag?" I'm carrying my own bag.
Well, Sean, we know you for your great and very expensive fashion sense. I think uNkulunkulu wasiza ukuthi ube successful. When I would have been a shoplifter, because you can't wear no yini. You would have done anything to make sure. But your taste is just so expensive. And it's not a new thing. You've always had a very expensive taste. Do you ever wear something twice? Do you ever? Because you're always wearing these expensive outfits, and a lot of them are either designer or they're specially made for you. But I've never seen you wear it more than once.
I don't know. Do I? Yeah, I think I do. I do.
Maybe try. And
I do.
You seem to have a very close relationship with your sister.
Of course. My sister, she's my rock, that one. You know, she loves me unconditionally. And, you know, sometimes when I get out of her way, she'll pull me back and put me straight. I think my mom has installed something very powerful to us, to say that we have nobody but each other. You know, she will always have my back. And I know that whatever she tells me, she means it from the bottom of her heart. Even if she reprimands me, because she can still reprimand me. You know, my sister, she's like this. And me, you see me. Me, I'm out there. I'm playing, I'm running, I'm doing this. She can still reprimand me, and I'll know that when she does that from the goodness of her heart. And you know, she goes to church. You know, this morning, she wake up this morning and she sent me the scripture. You know me, I believe there's God, but I don't go to church all the time. I only go when I'm going there to drop the money, you know, to put my dues. Yeah, and she sent me the scripture this morning, thenjiwe. And when I read into the scripture, I said, oh my God, this is the end of us. I think we're going to die now. And I was looking at this, and she, you know what she said to me? She said, my sister, please, I'm reading this to you because, you know, when you don't understand, you know, when our time has come, God will tell the few. It doesn't matter how pretty they are, how they are. And, you know, he will tell us, and when I will be calling you saying, come here, let's go to Kingdom Church. And when I will keep on saying, oh, ngema sighting, oh, gyala. And that's it. People that are in the Kingdom Church will be saved. So she said, please read the scriptures, sis. And, you know, after I've read that, I got worried. And I said, let me share. Let everybody feel what I felt after she has read it for me.
How many hours do you have a day? Because sometimes I look at the things you do and I wonder. I remember one time when your daughter was still in hospital and you were spending like most of your time in hospital, but you were still able to come to meetings, come and inspire people, do things. And then how many hours do you have? I feel like when you have a special deal with God, you don't have 24 hours like all of us.
Let me tell you, I don't know. Sometimes I will be like, you know, thenjiwe, sometimes I believe I am the special one. Because I will never, you know, if I give you 50 rands today, you will really, really, really would have been praying and needing these 50 rands. Sometimes I believe when God brought me into this world, I'm just his little angel who's doing his servant as God. Because, you know, I'll never help somebody that doesn't need help. I'll never help somebody that is not there, been asking so hard to say, God, if I can have this, God. So sometimes I believe I'm an angel of God. And, you know, angels don't sleep. Because sometimes I'll sleep at 5 o'clock. Sometimes I'll sleep at 12 o'clock. Sometimes I'll sleep at 8. It will depend how hard. But I can tell you one thing. The minute I jump into bed every day, I don't battle with sleeping. I will just go to bed 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm out. And I'll wake up. Something will wake me up because there'll be something that I'll need to do. I don't have time to wake up and I don't have time to sleep.
I've got a question here and I will ask it now because I don't want to lose it. Tabile Alexa wants to know, please ask Kwamammkhize, how many times does she enter every room in her house?
Oh, Bageti! Okay, my wing is smaller now. Okay? Because now I've got a smaller
wing. Guys.
What?
Yes.
So my wing is smaller. So I think I enter all the rooms in my wings because sometimes, you know, I'll be checking with everything. And, you know, now that is locked down. So what else am I doing except to go up and down, up and down, up and down. But my wing is small now. So I can see my wing, all my rooms. Go to Auntie's room, I'll go to Ashley, I'll go to Dan. You know, I like cuddling. And I don't want to be alone all the time. So I visit everybody's room.
Yeah, there are so many comments coming in. Kuthiwa akayibali imali if ekupha uvele akhiphe esikhwameni yeyi ubusisona mthilingi yebo nabufakazi uthi usibusisiwe Mkhize nangu udadewenu currently juggling motherhood while watching this live stream. My child is literally right by my side playing with me, but I wouldn't have missed the video for the world. A true inspiration. Thank you so much. I told you, you inspire a lot of people. Yeah, and your relationship with your children is very admirable. You guys are like friends. What can you advise us as mothers? How do you make it happen?
You know, thenjiwe, I've tried so hard for a long period of time. When I was growing up, I've never had a relationship with my mom. I was very scared of my mom in such a way that there were things that I would have talked with my mom, and my mom would have guided me because she would have led me in the right direction. And I told myself that when I have my own kids, I will try to have as friendly relationship as I could possibly be. But at the very same token, I will be as hard as a mother. Because at some stage, they know there's a line that they cannot jump, you know. If I'm saying, I don't think I like that. They know. They know when we are together and talking and laughing, and they know when it's serious business now. I don't like that. They will understand. But for me, I always feel that it is always better as a mother to make your kids your friends, so that if they have problems, they rather come and talk to you rather than going outside there and talking to people and people advising them in a wrong way. And, you know, I let them go out. I let them explore. I allow my children to go anywhere they want to go and explore, so that they are not so tied up in the house and they don't see what is happening out there. When they go out, they will do the wrong things. But if they know this is right, this is wrong, this is what mommy likes, and this is what mommy doesn't like, and allow them to see what is happening in the world, I think that's my motto with my kids. I think as parents, we must try. I know it's difficult because, you know, when you look at your child, you think, I'm the mother. But we must try and have that, you know, friendly kind of. Yeah.
Thank you. And next,
Final.
Thank you. Thank you. And then Versace. Please bring one extra towel.
Royal FM. Please.
Royal AM.
Royal AM. Angithi ngijwayele radio, FM and AM, and old age is catching up with me. Why did I call it FM? Royal AM. Please tell us about it.
Royal AM, it's my son's business. You know, I think when he started this, I was like, Jesus Christ, what is he up to? But for me, I thought that was the first step for him to understand and how to do the budget and the income and expenditure, and in a smaller scale. I thought it was going to be in a smaller scale, but the way Royal AM has been, because it's a mixture, it's got nails, a bar, it's got the spa, it's got the his and hers a section for the hair, and it does both Caucasian hair and our hair. It's does skincare. It's one area that Durban needs. It's a one-stop shop. When you need to go somewhere, you come in there, because people, even if there's Durban July, they'll come in with their bags and they will change there. They will get pampered. They'll go out there being a different people. And for me, I think I've supported him there. I was thinking it's a small thing that will teach him income and expenditure. But I think he has done well on that one as well.
So Andile is quite a businessman. Really takes after granny and mommy. And
yes, I think he's going there.
Wow. And then with fame can come a lot of problems and negativities. What have you enjoyed most? Because your reality show, Kwamammkhize, it broke records. You joined Instagram this year and you already at over 500,000 followers. That's how much South Africa loves you. And each time you post, it's like you bribed people to come in and comment. South Africa just loves you. But I know fame, especially for a business woman, a mother, a philanthropist, all the things you do. How do you cope?
To tell you the honest truth, at first, you know, me, I was this simple. Yes, people used to know me before, but now I have to adjust to a fact whereby I will meet a person that I've never met, and he'll know everything about me, and he will interact with me like it's her, you know, like it's my friend. So now I think slowly I'm getting used to it. At first I was like, okay, how am I going to react to this? Who's this? Or does he know me? Oh, okay, this conversation. But now I think I'm getting calmer. I'm getting used to it, and for me, I'm receiving their love the most, because all what they show me when they meet me, it's nothing but love, and the love that I'm receiving from them, it's so beautiful. And you know, I always tell them, even on the Instagram, that I'm forever humble and I'm grateful and appreciative for the love that they give me. And the only negative part when I was coming to fame before my reality show, I was very worried about my son. I was very worried about my daughter. Because, you know, sometimes the media, they will put things there that will affect our kids a lot. You know, Angela, when he was growing up, he was affected a lot because, you know, even at school, you'll find kids teasing him about her mother that has been portrayed as a fraudster, you know, and for the media, yes, they were selling papers, and some of the facts that were putting out there was not true, and it has affected a young child who was growing up. And you know, you can't stop kids teasing one another. And you know, those are some of the things that when you look back and you see, and you'll be like, yeah, ne? It's some of the things that you can never change. They are there, but they end up affecting another person.
That is so true. It's very sad about the media, because they don't think about the how they destroy families because of the stuff that they do. I had a question that it's actually not a question, it's a comment. I don't want to lose it. It was quite a long one here from Tabi Alexa. I really see the future me in Kwamammkhize. Everything she talks about is all close to my heart, even the way she was raised and the way she is raising her kids. I do that with my daughter, as young as she is, but I see my best friend in her, but I'm also strict with her. Please tell her one day my name will be Kwamammkhize Jr. Ah, that is so.
You know, from your mouth straight to God's ears, darling.
Yeah. Usanele Nkosi athi very inspirational, Akiri. I love
Akiri Sadele.
Please tell us about Akiri. You've made the whole country, all of us now are talking like that. Please tell us.
You know, this Akiri thing has made me laugh at the beginning because, you know, I spell it my way.
Yes.
And I think this Akiri, it's the Zulu Akiri. It's not the Sotho Akiri. So because the Sotho Akiri is Akere, Akiri.
Yes.
So my Akiri, it's the Zulu Akiri. You know, I've brought in a new word in the Zulu vocab, which is Akiri.
And it's so funny because for us from KZN, it's how when people go to Joburg for one weekend, they come back with this Joburg accent. Everything is Akiri, Maratu, Akiri.
Akiri.
And it's like when people come and they go visit overseas, they come back with an accent. They come back, British accent, English accent. But I've never seen anyone go to China or India and come back with an accent. Why is that? I'd like to just see someone talking like this and saying, I went to India for like 2 weeks, so that you can think genuine. You do a lot of traveling, Sean. You've been, I think, around the world. And when you travel in style. When lockdown ends, what place, what country, what city are you most looking forward to going to?
You know, this year I wanted to go to Monaco. I
Oh, I love
really,
Monaco.
really wanted to go to Monaco.
Mm.
And for some reason, I don't know, I think I'm very scared now to travel. Up until I'm happy and settled with this corona thing is, you know, my sister was saying to me the other day, yo, I think you've got corona already. You keep on meeting people during this corona, and I think you are immune because there's no ways. You meet people, you go and you help people, you touching
And
them.
you help
And
a lot of people.
I think you've got corona already and you are immune when you've got it already. So, but I'm
think
scared.
so. You're always in the community, and we can never finish. If we started to talk about the things you are doing, to help those who are in need, even now during this lockdown, you have helped and fed a lot of families. So lockdown, no holiday. Oh, you'll see. You let other people go first, and if they survive.
I really want to go to Monaco, to tell you the honest truth. But I'll watch. I'll see and watch first. And I believe, you know me, I'm not a negative person. I believe we'll pull through this. You know, if you may recall properly, do you remember how we were when AIDS came in? You know, we're like, you know, even if AIDS was like, it's up to you, you can control it if you want to have it or not sometimes, you know. So we're very scared. But look at us now. And I'm sure this will pass. I believe this will pass and we'll go back to normal, not unless it's the end, like how my sister was saying. But I think it will pass.
Let's talk about the hat collection. I think I have never in the world seen a woman with more hats than Kwamammkhize. Can we please?
Okay. Let me tell you what makes me to be so fascinated about hats. At some stage, I would used to, you know, maybe when you're going and you need a fascinator, I would go and look for the fascinator and I wouldn't find the fascinator. Up until I sat with my designer, Francois Van Damme, and I said to him, Francois, you are a creative, and I'm sure you can make hats, you know? And we started making smaller hats, and I started to say to him, no, let's make them big. No, let's make them have this shape. At some stage, we were sitting and we were watching the White House wedding. Do you remember that White House wedding?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the fascinators that they were wearing there? You know, and I was like, look at this. Why can't we have something like this? And for me, I'm too fascinated with something that is unique. So I said to him, let's create this. And he's been telling me that a lot of people have been calling and asking about this hat. And I've been saying, I think the hat and the lingerie, that's my next thing that I'm going to take out. That's my next thing that I'm willing to take out and allow other people to enjoy. You know,
I think I was going to get there, that you should have, yeah, we need to be wearing Kwamammkhize and feel like Kwamammkhize in us.
And you know, thenjiwe, when I was nice and the size 38 and the size back in the days, you know, I would look for some things to wear. And you know, the people out there, they're only doing for the skinny ones. They're doing for the size 28 and the size 32. So when I'm doing my lingerie, I'm assuring you, it will fit everybody. I will accommodate everybody, because you know, I used to buy for twins. I used to get into the shop, and if I'm in love with something, I'll be like, no, I've got twins. I'm buying for two, and then I'll make it fit. And then I'll be like, let me make it fit. And then I'll buy two things, and then I'll go back to my designer and I'll say, hey, make this thing fit. I think I like it. But you know, and I said to myself, when I'm doing this lingerie thing, I'll make sure that it fits everybody else. Come back, thenjiwe, you're missing me. I can't see you. Yes. Hope your network is going to come back now. So I think people, you must stay calm. I'm going to be doing those hats, and it's going to be available to you very soon. And the lingerie, I had so much of you asking, where am I getting it? it's Francois and myself that has been sketching these lingeries, and yes, guys, they will be coming to public very soon.
Hey, you kill us. I like race Sundays. You must remember, some of us sleep with those political T-shirts. Some of us still wear those free T-shirts to bed. And then when you come and kill us, why? Why are you doing this to us? You're supposed to be our friend. Why are you Let's go
I
and
was testing the market.
it's possible. I will be the future. You see, you are inspiring a lot of people. Kwamammkhize, whose idea was it for the reality show?
It was Legend. Legend has persuaded me, and he has never given up. Legend from Balida. You know, I don't know, for a long period of time, he came and he has never given up until he came to a time whereby I needed to find myself, and I said, okay, let's do this. And he couldn't believe it as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he had to gather a lot of courage to try, thinking he's going to have to work hard to convince you, because we know you are so busy. We will teach. Yeah, yes, Dolly. That's what we're going to do. No more Victoria's Secrets. We want Kwamammkhize's secrets.
Yes, it will be coming soon. I just need a proper space to put it. And once I've got a proper space to put it and to associate myself with, you guys will find it, I promise.
Yep. And I want to ask you a few questions about things that you would choose. Would you rather, especially now during lockdown, would you rather be locked down with Julius Malema or Donald Trump?
Julius Malema. Why must I be locked up with Donald Trump?
Would you rather go bold or lose all your high heels?
Oh, go bold. I can never do without my high heels.
Sleep in a single bed for the rest of your life or lose all your cars? Between your bedroom and your cars, which would you be willing to give up? You lose your bedroom and you sleep on a single bed for the rest of your life. Or we swap. You can take my bed anytime. Or
No.
Or you lose your house.
No, my bedroom is my comfort zone. I can do without having a car. I think my bedroom is my comfort zone. You know, when I come here, my brownie there, you know, and I feel like my mom is here. And yeah, I love my bedroom. Cars, it's okay. That's not my thing. I can live without. You know, I've lived for a long time driving an old bakkie that didn't have wipers, that I was using the potato to wipe it. So I can live without it, you know.
So it didn't just start here. It didn't just start. If you had to stop doing one for the rest of your life, traveling or shopping?
Rest of my life?
Yeah. You have to give up one. Stop traveling or stop shopping?
One I must give up.
Yeah.
Do I have to give up one?
Yes.
I can't give up any of those. I'll do 50-50.
You can't do 50-50. It has to be one. You stop traveling or you stop shopping. If you choose traveling, it doesn't matter where you travel. You cannot shop. You can watch everyone else do the shopping. You cannot.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a difficult one. Maybe I'll stop traveling. I don't know.
But if you stop traveling, where are you going to shop? Because I know you like going abroad for your shopping.
But I can't go shopping. What will I do with all the clothes that old clothes? You know, Peter, I like to keep up, you know, to keep up with the new things.
And would you
50-50.
You can't do 50-50. You cannot do 50-50. Next one. Would you rather have 8 toes and 8 fingers, or have an extra nipple?
No, 8 toes. I don't want an extra nipple, man. Why must I have an extra nipple?
How are you going to wear your high heels?
Huh?
How are you going to wear your high heels?
No, they will fit. They will fit. What will make them not fit when there's 4? Because they'll only want maybe a pinky. I can do without a pinky.
Would you rather be in a coma for 10 years or go to prison for 5 years?
Go to prison for 5 years.
And that is because?
Because when I'm in prison, I can still get in touch with myself. And I think if God can send me to prison, he'll send me for a reason. I'll go there and I'll change a lot of people's life. It will not be by mistake.
Hey, always have a positive outlook. And guys, let us not forget to support and subscribe to New Name Loading. She is like the #1 supporter of the channel. Please let us support her back. And thank you for the support and love. And once again, Tando, thank you for the super chats. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to Thenjiwe Comedy. Kwamammkhize. Because I'm just asking a few questions. I have taken to see if do we have any questions, guys, before Kwamammkhize ahambe. Can you ask Kwamammkhize if what she says when she prays that makes God answer all her prayers?
You know, to tell you the honest truth, I don't sit and pray. I don't, in such a way that, when you go to these, when somebody passed away, or when you go to church, or when you go to these women's things and they say, can you please open by a prayer? I can't say those long prayers. But me, I interact with God at any time. God is my friend. When I need something or when I need to interact with him, even now, maybe I've interacted with him before I get into this live stream with you, Thenjiwe. God Mina is my friend. I don't take him seriously that I must kneel down. I just love him. And I talk to him at any time, even on my car. I talk to him.
That's powerful. That's very powerful. Thank you so much, Josie Tube. Thank you so much. Appreciate the super chat. €5. Guys, we have international people watching. Euros are from Europe, guys. They're not just from anywhere. Thank you so much, Josie Tube. Really, really appreciate the super chat. Yeah, you getting some love. They want to know, have you got the white person that you said you were looking for?
The white man? I'm not going to answer that today. You must ask me next time. We'll talk about that one next time, right?
Okay. Would you consider internet dating?
No.
Why not?
No. Why must I date somebody that I don't know? On the internet, I can be done, most. Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I believe this relationship thing is about connection. You must have that thing. How do you have a connection from the internet? Huh?
People do connect. I know a few people who have met online and really connected, and they Some of
Thenjiwe,
them
what
are
is
even married now with
what
children.
is the connection, Thenjiwe? Because this thing, it goes with emotion. How do I connect with you from
As
there?
long as your internet connects.
As long as it connects, we connected.
Yeah. The internet connects. There's another question. Would you like to get married again?
No. No, no, no.
I got in a Safunu promise. We want
Maybe
to
not
see that
now.
wedding. That wedding will stop everything in the country.
Okay, maybe not now. Marriage for now, it's not something that I would like. Not now. Let me say that.
It's not a priority.
Yes.
I think this is the last one we're going to take. How was accounting for you? Because I hear most students who are doing accounting saying it is difficult.
Accounting was very good for me. I loved it. You know, Pelamina, I love money. So for me, accounting I loved it. I think I was very good at it.
That's why you're so good with your money. That's why after so many years, you still have your money. And Kwamammkhize, I really appreciate your time. We all really appreciate you and appreciate your time. And thank you so much. I've got one more. How do you keep fit? Do you gym? That's too sexy. What is the part of sexy?
Okay. Me and keeping fit, I think from my childhood, I had a good structure because I don't gym. But, you know, when I go to my sites and I'm forever on high heel, I think the high heel is doing it works. It's only now when Sbahle makes me to do a little bit of sit-ups and push-ups. But and I'll do the walks, easy walk. But I failed. I've tried to gym, but I failed. But I eat healthy now. You know, after 7, I don't eat. I drink my water in the morning, my hot water with lemon. And I make sure I eat my cereals if I feel hungry after 7, because they'll help me with my tummy.
And also, I think you do gym, but you're not even aware because you're always walking up and down on sites, and so you're never sitting down. You're always busy.
That's correct.
Please ask my question. Can you please retype the question? I think I have lost it because I have so many questions and comments.
That's my brother, Javad Ababuka. Hi, Javad. What are you saying?
Javad, please. There we are.
That's my brother from another mother.
What did you used to tell the boys in school that liked you? Oh no, what? You want to know?
I used to tell them that they must talk with me from far because they're gonna make me pregnant. Because my mom used to say, when a boy comes closer to you, make you pregnant. You know, when I was growing up, I never used to understand that you get pregnant when you get, you know what. And so I used to say, please, don't come anywhere near me. Talk from there. You wanna make me pregnant.
Thank you so much, Javad, for the question. So many adoption requests. People want you to adopt them. And we are
adopted already.
Any last words, any advice for us, especially now during this time of quarantine, and especially for that young girl who wants to grow up